What's up everybody, it's Hannah Saber from HR Images. In today's video we'll be talking to you about the Samyang 20mm t1.9 VAF lens, so stay tuned. As we all know, Samyang has been pushing a lot hard on the VAF lenses. Why? Because it's a cine lens but has autofocus. So best of both worlds. You can use it for stills and video. You'll be capturing video and maybe you need to do some stills, so you can quickly switch over to stills opposed to then switching over lenses or bodies. So you get to basically stick to one lens. Now, Samyang has the 20mm, 24, 35, 45, 75 and the 100mm VAF lenses. They're all at the same t-stop 1.9. except the 100mm, which I think it's a 2.2. And it's a little bit larger. The other lenses, they are basically the same height and same weight. So they got the 35 as well as the 20mm, and you can tell that they are the same height and same weight. Reason why Samyang has really done this is making it a lot easier to switch over lenses while on gimbal without recalibrating your gimbal. Nothing is a pain, especially when you're, say, for example, shooting a 20mm and you decide to, you know what, I want to get a bit more of a tight shot, I would go for a 75mm. Then you got to recalibrate. So best thing with now with the VAF lenses, you just got to switch over and not calibrate your gimbal. So which is really good and what I love about the lens. They've got the same design features. So you got the focus hold buttons, you got the mode 1, mode 2. You can customize this to whatever you want. If you want to use the focus ring as an aperture ring or whatever you want, you can change the settings through the lens station for Samyang. Now, the 35, 24, 45, 75 and 100mm, they all use a 58mm adapter. So they've all got the grooves inside. So you can screw on a filter, ND filter, especially if you're shooting outdoors and you're needing to, too much sun, you want to shoot wide open, you have the option. So I do use the Haida variable ND filter 2-in-1 CPL. This is a 3 to 7 stop filter. So I do use it a lot, especially if you follow my content and my reels and stuff. I primarily shoot the 24mm with this filter. It's also got the attachment, so you can use like for the anamorphic adapters or the manual focus adapters to giving you that precise manual focus. Now, downturn with the 20mm, as you can see, they've got a larger groove opposed to this. So looking at side by side, they've got an extra lip there, which I kind of wanting to know why they did that. But when you look inside the lens, it's got a bit of a bulbous shape, whereas the 35, for example, does not. Now, this advantage with this is that there is no filter thread. So I can't use the filter on this lens, which is a downturn for me because when I'm doing a lot of outdoor shots, and I'll take you outside just to show you the idea of it and everything, is that you can't, if you need to use an ND filter, you want to reduce the light to shoot wide open. It's going to have the defeats the purpose, but you still have the contacts and stuff where you can screw on the adapters, so the anamorphic adapter and the manual focus adapter. The only thing is a filter. So unless Haida brings out something that can be used on the 20mm, sorry, I do apologize, the VAF lens, to be able to use outdoor. But that's the only sort of downturn, but you're getting a nice wide shot. So a lot of my videos, I do use this to the indoor videos that I have been doing. I've been using the 20mm, especially my unboxing videos, because I want a wider, scene. I want to capture wide. I don't want too close because you're not capturing the whole scene. Vloggers would love the 20mm and the 24. So I do optically use the 24, but I love to use the 20mm. I do use the 20mm a lot in terms of when it's a bit more controlled lighting where I can use wide open. But you know what? What I'll do, let's actually step outside and we'll go a bit more detail about this lens. So stay tuned. So now this is the 20mm outdoor. So this is shooting at wide open of 1.8 t-stop, which is a, sorry, f1.8, which is equivalent to a t1.9. So the amount of light that this lens lets in is really good. So the disadvantage of it is now I'm unable to have a filter to be able to reduce the lights, unless sort of I kind of go into sort of areas where there is less light, but I'm actually broad daylight. So now, like if I'm going into a shadowy area, you get a bit more of a reduction. But you know, it comes back to on where you want to shoot. So now, if I have to want to use this lens for vlogging, if I'm shooting at f10, you get more. You don't have that nice shallow depth of field, which I do love, especially in vlogging. But you do have a nicer exposure. My face is still bright. I can still. It's now showing me the exposure as plus 1.7. I can increase the aperture to be able to reduce that. It's great, especially if you're doing a lot of low light, vlogging, street vlogging, food vlogs, those sort of things. 20mm is really good, especially you get to show your environment and don't have your arms extended too far. So if I'm going to extend, I get more of a scene. But now I'm shooting at this side, which is a bit more sort of kind of get nice and intimate, but yeah, so just to give you a sort of idea of the 20mm. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually switch over to 24mm. And I'm going to put the ND filter on. So wait for that. So now we've switched over to the 24mm with the Haida 2-in-1 variable ND filter CPL. So this is a 20mm. Now you can see the difference. So now it's shooting a wide open, so you get a bit more of a shallow depth of field. So it's really good for vlogging, especially if you're sort of on the go. I like shooting wide open in my vlogs because then you kind of want to separate the background so then that way you're more the main focus. So at the moment my hands are slightly more extended than when I was at the 24. If I go more, you still get a nice wide sort of environmental vlog shot. But the 20mm, it gives you that little edge. So if you do want that wider, or if you're doing like gear reviews or things like that, where you're gonna have your camera situated on your desk, like I do a lot of time, 20mm is perfect because you're more of a controlled light environment. So that's sort of kind of the down the turn with the 20mm is that they added that black plastic on top. So reason why, again, as I mentioned, if you look closely, you get to see the 20mm has a slight bulbous shape. And that is just there just to protect that lens from getting knocked and damaged. But hopefully, let me just reduce that. Here we go. Hopefully, Haida will release a filter for that. So it's nothing sort of concrete, but they've always seemed to get on top of with their filters, which they're really great, and I do love the Haida filters. But downturn, good, not the downturn. The good thing I like about this, it gives that cinematic tone. So if you do follow my work and follow my Instagram, HR Images, as well as Facebook, HR Images, you do get to see my images on there. And I'll be posting as I'm going talking about this lens. Look, it's great. It gives that sort of cinematic look to your images, something different, something unique. A lot of my stills have been getting shot with the VAF lenses due to that cine look. It is great for wide shots as well as normal landscapes. You can get some nice portraits or wide portraits, different sort of things. So that's this lens. About this lens, and the build quality is basically the same. Weight is the same as mentioned. It's a great lens to sort of have, but if you're sort of like doing a lot of indoor video work, you're wanting a wider shot, 20mm is definitely a lens to sort of add into your kit. So that will give you a bit of a rundown, a little sort of kind of first impression sort of review about this lens. I have been very quiet in terms of gear reviews, so I will be pushing out a lot of content. I do have a lot in store and planning, but it's just because I've been very busy with a lot of events, weddings, christenings. So I'm trying to sort of now catch up on my content creation. So make sure you do follow me on Instagram and Facebook, as well as join my Facebook groups. They're all listed in the link below. If you did enjoy this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until then, guys, we'll catch you later. See ya.